Hello and welcome again to Praxis Group International. My name is Mr. Hearn and I am your TOEFL tutor. Now, before I get started talking about the insert sentence questions in the TOEFL reading section, I'd like to just ask you to please, if you haven't already, hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons and help others to pass their TOEFL IBT. All right, so let's talk about the TOEFL IBT reading section insert sentence questions. Now, for some of you watching, this may be one of the hardest questions on the test, and maybe you even feel a lot of anxiety about this question. However, once you understand that the TOEFL IBT has very specific structures and rules, and when you use the structures and rules to answer the questions, oh, it is such an easy test. And so I can show you exactly how to answer these questions quickly, easily, and accurately. So stay tuned. As I was saying, many people get a lot of anxiety about the insert sentence questions because they think that they have to read the question, read the sentence in bold print, and then kind of reason out where that sentence goes in the paragraph. And that is very difficult to do. And it often, even if you get it right, might take 5 to 7 minutes. And by the time you answered this question, you run out of time. You can't answer all the questions in the last passage. So this is a challenge. For those of you who have the will to stick around and see how this is done, God bless you, because you're about to pass this crazy test and get on with your life. All right, let's take a look at how do we answer insert sentence questions quickly, easily, and accurately using the structure and rules that ETS uses to design the test. This is not my way. This is the ETS's way. That's why it works so well. So let's check it out. Question type number 7, insert sentence questions. There will be one per passage. This will typically be number 9, number 19, number 29, and number 39 if you have an experimental section. Rule: sentences come in pairs that share the same main topic. The first sentence introduces the topic, and the following sentence gives more information about the topic previously mentioned. All right, so sometimes we hear a rule, we don't really understand it, so we just sort of ignore it. Well, I want to let you know that this rule is so important that you need to know this to answer all the questions on the TOEFL IBT, because this is the structure that we use to write American English. Okay, when we do everything in academics, this is the rule that we use to present information. And once you understand this rule and understand how we put sentences together, everything makes a lot more sense and it's so much easier to understand. So let's take a look at this rule one more time, and I want you to maybe write it down and know this rule, because you're going to see throughout all of my videos, we use this rule even in the listening, speaking, and writing sections. And once you know this, understanding English in the real world is going to be much easier too. So let's take a look at this rule. Sentences come in pairs that share the same main topic. The first sentence introduces the topic, and the following sentence gives more information about the topic previously mentioned. Okay, like I said, know that rule because we're going to use it a lot. And I'm going to show you in this video how that rule applies directly to answering the insert sentence questions. Let's take a look. Step number 1, determine if the sentence is introducing or following. And when I say the sentence, I mean the sentence in bold print in the question. As usual, the examples in this video will come directly from the official TOEFL IBT Test Volume 2, 3rd edition book by ETS from the people who make the test. Remember, when practicing for your TOEFL IBT, be sure to use only genuine, official TOEFL IBT practice tests. Here we are with an insert sentence question that you will recognize is very typical the first thing we want to do is recognize the question. In this case, it's so easy because it's always going to be number 9, number 19, number 29, or 39 if you have an experimental section. So this is number 19. It's always written the same. The question always says directions. Look at the part of the passage that displayed above. The letters A, B, C, and D indicate where the following sentence could be added. And then it gives you a bold sentence or a sentence in bold print. And then it gives you your choices. Where would the sentence best fit? I want to take a moment to mention that sometimes on your real test, the structure of this question may be a little different. In other words, ETS may use little black squares that you have to drag and drop the sentence in. You might have to click on A, B, C, or D, or they may have numbers in the passage. However they do it is irrelevant. It's always taking the bold sentence and figuring out where it goes in the passage. So let's take a look at how do we know without reasoning, without reading, without really struggling to figure it out, how do we know for certain where this sentence goes and do it within 30 seconds? Let me show you, right? Let me show you how it's done. Here it is. All right, here we are back at our insert sentence question. And let me ask you this. How do you feel? We've got an insert sentence question that for most people gives them a lot of anxiety to begin with. And now we have an insert sentence question that is a long sentence. And we have 2 paragraphs with a lot of reading to do. Now, isn't this going to take a long time? Well, if you do things the way people ordinarily do and read and reason, yes. But I want to show you something. When you have an insert sentence question, what you want to know is, what's the rule? In this case, sentences come in pairs that share the same main topic. The first sentence introduces the topic, and the following sentence gives more information about the topic previously mentioned. So what we want to do first is identify, does the bolded sentence introduce the topic, or does it give more information about a topic previously mentioned? How do we do this quickly and easily? Using sentence structure. All right, so remember the rule that sentences come in pairs that share the same main topic. The first sentence introduces the topic, and the following sentence gives more information about the topic previously mentioned. So what I want to do with my bolded sentence is 2 things. I want to find out, is this sentence introducing the topic or giving more information about a topic previously mentioned? But how do I know if a sentence is introducing or following? If a sentence begins with a transition word, such as however or moreover, or if it begins with a preposition, pronoun, or conjunction, it is a following sentence. Most of these question types are following sentences. On rare occasion, there are ones with introducing sentences. I go over those in another video, but for now, let's take a look at those sentences that follow. As you can see by this bolded sentence, it begins with the word when. When is a preposition of time. It also begins with a pronoun, this. Now that I know that this is a following sentence, I must read the sentence directly before the letter. My next step is to say, what is this sentence about? I need to know what is the topic of the sentence or what's its main topic. Now, if you haven't seen the sentence simplification video, go check it out because that skill is going to help you tremendously, not only on the TOEFL IBT, but in the real world as well. But looking at the bolded sentence, what is it talking about? When this research, it's about this research. And guess what? Now that you know that it's a following sentence and you know what it's about, the rest of the sentence doesn't matter. Oh, I know what you're saying. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Mister, how am I going to figure out where does this sentence go if I don't even read the rest of the sentence? Well, that's where this gets really interesting. You see, remember, it's not about reading comprehension. It's about rules, knowing ETS's rules. That's what I'm teaching you in all the questions on the test. ET has very specific structures and rules. And if you know how they work, it's like the easiest test you'll ever take. So let me show you how we can insert this sentence, knowing the exact place it goes. There's no way to make a mistake, and do it very quickly, easily, and accurately. Let's check it out. Here we are back at our sentence. And like I said, you don't need to know anything more than, is this a introducing sentence or a following sentence? And once you know that, you need to know, what is it about? In this case, it's about research. And so what do I do next? I have my word and I have my rule. Sentences come in pairs that share the same main topic. The first sentence introduces the topic, and the following sentence gives more information about the topic previously mentioned. So what I need to do is, I need to go to my passage and look at each letter in turn and determine, does the sentence before that letter have the word research or not? Let's take a look at A. So I go to the sentence directly before A, and I'm looking for the word research. Now, keep in mind, I'm not reading for the word research. I'm looking for the word research, looking at the first three letters, R-E-S. If you haven't seen the scan versus reading video, go and look at that. It'll help you find the clues in the passage super fast without reading. So we're looking at this sentence, and do we see the word research? No. Therefore, choice A is not possible. Next, we go to the letter B, and we read the sentence directly before the letter B. Does this sentence have the word research in it? Yes, and there it is. Okay, so B is possible. Now I'm going to go to choice C and look at the sentence directly before C and ask myself, do they have the word research here? I see released, but no research. And therefore, choice C is not possible. As quickly as I can, I move to choice D and look at the sentence directly before the letter. I ask myself, does it have the word research in that sentence? It does not. Therefore, D is not possible, making choice B the best answer. Now, before you think that I'm crazy, let's take a look at number 19 in our answer sheet and see, is choice B really the right answer? And here we are at the answer sheet, and guess what? Number 19, B is the correct answer. Is that wild or what? I know you're thinking, Mister, it can't be that easy. Well, it is. Many of the times. However, there are medium difficulty questions and hard level questions, which I can show you exactly how to answer those almost as easily as I can show you how to answer this one. Let me show you a medium and hard level question, and so you know what you're looking at and see that, hey, they're really not hard when you know the rule and how to apply it. Let's take a look at a medium and hard level question. Okay, so here we are at a medium level insert sentence question. And what makes it a medium level question? Well, keep in mind, number one, we identify what type of question is it? It's obviously an insert sentence question. And then we need to know, going to the bolded sentence, is this an introducing sentence or a following sentence? Well, it begins with the word however. Because it begins with the word however, it is a following sentence. And now I need to know, what is this sentence about? What is this sentence about? And this is a skill that you've got to learn through the sentence simplification skills. And this says that changing teachers' thinking about reflection will not succeed. Blah, blah, blah. Well, wait a minute. What is it about? Is it about teachers thinking? Is it about reflection? Well, it's a medium level question. What do you think that this is really about? It's about reflection. All right. Now that I know what it's about, how will I be able to find it in the passage? You know what to do. We go to letter A and say, is the word reflection in the sentence before A? No. So A is not possible. What about B? Is the word reflection in the sentence before the letter B? No. Therefore, B is not possible. What about choice C? Is the word reflection in the sentence before the letter C? There it is right there. Okay, so C is possible, but I want to go to letter D because sometimes the keyword, the word we're looking for, will be in more than one sentence, and that's why I'm looking at the next letter. So I go to D, and I look at the sentence, and I say, do I have the word reflection? I don't, but I do have the word reflective. So how do I know which is the right choice between C and D? That's the challenge. That's what makes this a medium level question. Well, understand that sentences come in pairs that share the same main topic. They're talking about the same thing. So what is our sentence about? Changing teachers' thinking. And now we look at the sentence before C and we ask ourselves, is this sentence kind of talking about teachers thinking? Well, it doesn't say the words teachers thinking, but it does say training of teachers to view events objectively. And what about the sentence before D? Does that talk about the changing teachers thinking? No, it doesn't. Therefore, D is out and C is the best answer. And you might say, but is that true, mister? How can it be just like that? Well, let's take a look at number 19 in our answer sheet. Here we are at our answer sheet, and number 19 is C. Okay, medium level question. Not really easy to tell what's the main topic in our bolded sentence. Once you do find the main word, right, the topic of the sentence, fairly easy to find it in the passage, but there may be more than one sentence that has that word or a very similar word, so you have to do a little bit more work to answer the question. But is it really hard? I mean, once you've practiced it a little bit, it gets easier and easier, like anything else. If you're a pharmacist, you're nervous the first time you're mixing complex chemicals, but after you've done it 10 times or 20 times, you just grab your little chemicals and put them together. I mean, I know it's more difficult than that, but what about as a dentist? If you're a dentist, the first time you pulled a tooth, was it like really easy? Or you nervous, right? Didn't really know if you could do it. But once you practice it 10 times, your patient comes in, you're like, oh, pull a tooth, get my pliers and pull it out. Done. Here's some cotton, keep it moist, right? It's so much easier to do once you've practiced anything a few times or 10 times. Don't think you're going to get it right the first time. Don't just watch the video once. Watch the video several times. Make sure you understand each step and you're doing each step. Okay, I promised I would show you a hard level question. So here it is. So here we have a hard level question. And what makes it a hard level question? Well, remember the steps. Step number 1, identify the question type. Obviously, this is an insert sentence question. Step number 2, determine is it introducing or following. This begins with a pronoun. Therefore, it is a following sentence. Well, the next step is to say, what is this sentence talking about? And it's talking about they could also avoid having to identify and assess the value of a wide variety of coins. Okay, so what is this about? I mean, what words will you look for in the passage? Would you look for identify and assess? Would you look for value? Would you look for coins? And if you did look for any of those words, would you find them in the passage? Take a look now and see, are any of these words in the passage? All right, so now you know what makes it a hard level question. Do you have to read the whole passage then? Do you have to read and understand the whole sentence? No, you don't. You need to know the rules like I know them. And I am happy to teach them to you so that you can answer not only the easy ones. I mean, the easy ones are like so easy. The medium ones, I've shown you an easy level medium one. I haven't shown you the harder level medium ones. And I haven't shown you how to answer the hard level questions. I do have a video that shows you all of these things and more on my website. If you'd like to know more about how to answer these questions, the easy, medium, and hard ones, as easily as the ones I showed you on this video, please go to my website and the address is there. Become a member of our online video course and learn how to answer all of the questions on the TOEFL IBT quickly, easily, and accurately. While you're there, also join our TOEFL community so you can talk to other professionals who are in the group. And as a bonus, you can ask me personally any TOEFL questions you have, and I will answer you. And I mean, I give you the answer. All right, that's it for now. If you haven't already, be sure to click on the buttons there, right? Click on the like, share, and subscribe, please. That helps me to help more people. All right, I'm happy to be here, happy to help you. Please get on it. I'll see you soon.